Welcome to Best Life with Melanie. Thank you for joining me today. I just want you guys to know and understand what we are doing here at Best Life with Melanie. So when you think about harmony, when you're thinking about peace and unity within yourself, that's what Best Life provides for us, right? I get to connect with you, you get to connect with me. We share ideas about how we have our best life in the middle of turmoil and kids throwing stuff everywhere. You know what? We are still determined to have our best life. So don't you miss the episode. Come on in, bring in all of those things where you could leave out of here ready to conquer the world. Welcome to Best Life with Melanie. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am super excited. We got some new and innovative and creative talking and chatting up in here today, and I'm excited to be here with my guy, Vitus Shell. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for inviting me. I think this is gonna be fun. So.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be great because we're gonna do art the Vitus way, right?
Right.
So I love it. Listen, Vitus is a local artist right here in our area, but he's known all over the world. Okay, he currently sits as a visiting assistant professor at Louisiana Tech College over in Ruston, guys. So y'all already know he's just big timing, right? Look, he is the creator and owner of The Shell of Vitus. Okay, you can look him up on theshellofvitus.com. So Vitus, let's get in here and talk about some of your collections, some of your artwork, and how it's been seen all over the world. And have you been traveling everywhere just so everybody can visit and see your art and just tell me all about it. Let's talk about the first one, Bout It. I'm excited about that.
Bout It is a show that we just closed. It was at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and it's been one of my favorite shows. Last year we started talking, me and the curator, we started talking about doing a show there, and they were talking about how they could connect to the community of Lafayette, because a lot of times that space, people from the community wasn't coming to the space.
Okay.
The full range of people.
Right.
So what I introduced was the ideal of using people from the community as models in the work. So what I did was I made a call for models and local people from the community, from the school. They all came and modeled for me. I took pictures of them, and I created work from those photos. Yeah.
And it's amazing work. I have looked at them, and then people there in Lafayette are super excited about that. Yeah. So tell us what happened thereafter. So the curator was speaking, and he was saying about how now y'all have a lot of visitors coming in there just to see your collection.
Right. It's a more diverse community that came out for that show. And so what the work was, it was about portraiture. So it was portraits of the people from the community. It was about taking those people from the community and putting them in this conversation with the bigger conversation of portraiture, the history of portraiture, and how the history of portraiture, more people that had money were the people that could afford to get them done. So me, and the way I do work is I use just like regular people and have them model for me. So it was a big thing for me. The goal, I use gold in my work, and the goal was comparing it to that same lineage, and making these normal people, everyday people, look royal. So that's what that show was, and the name of it was, of course, from Master P, Bout It.
That's right.
And it's about being about whatever you're about. Like that's the whole history of what Master P said, made the song about. But the rest of the title was the political power of just being. And it was about like how the black body is always making a political statement, even when we're not trying to make a political statement. Just us walking in the store is making a statement. It's a threat to somebody. Us walking down the sidewalk is a threat to somebody. And being at work, just being at work and doing what you normally do, you're making a political statement in that.
Yeah.
So that show was called About It, the political power just being.
That is amazing,
Yeah.
Vitus. And I saw the work, and when I say it really truly brought royalty
Right.
to each one of those pictures, and they were all, you could tell it was an ordinary person,
Right.
but you really brought it to canvas.
That was
So,
my goal.
yeah,
That was my goal.
it was amazing.
Yeah,
It was
thank
amazing, and I know you have so many other collections that we could talk about. You guys, y'all got to go to his website, check it out, look at his work. It is super, super amazing. But it's even more amazing, the man himself. So I want to get in and find out some stuff about you and
Yeah.
let you tell us a little bit how artistic expression became a part of who you are.
Well, for me, I've always been an artist. At 3 years old, I was, drawing on everything. I always tell this story that my first art show, I took all of my little drawings. I was about 9 or 10 and took all my drawings and put them on the wall in my room, took all the stuff off. I know I pissed my mom off about that. But I took everything off the wall and put my own drawings up on the wall and had my first art show. So
amazing.
Yeah, and that was it. We was living on living in the projects on Burgeon Lane.
Wow.
So I was a kid, and I don't know if it was before or after I had visited the Master Museum, what kind of influenced it, but that was my first show. So
Wow.
I've always wanted to be, an artist, and just didn't know why, how,
Yeah.
and like I've always drawn everything around me, so my work is still doing that. I draw people around me. I drew people around me then. I've always been a person that's trying to learn from my environment,
Right.
and that's what I do in my work. I've always done that.
That is so amazing. And it just tells right there. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what
Right.
people say about our communities or our neighborhoods. What matters is the gift that you have inside,
Right.
using that gift.
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of my mission is to really push that,
Yeah.
use your gift. I've met some amazing people, and I've been like, it's even like hurt me sometimes to see like some talented people not use their talent
Right.
and they go in a different direction. But that's a part of it, I guess, of life or whatever.
It is. But the Lord told us that our talents will make room for us.
Right.
And you've done that throughout your life. That's super amazing.
Thank you.
So how do you handle the naysayers? I mean, you just think about it. We come from where we come from, right? We look like we look, just like you say about it. Just we are ourselves a walking billboard.
Right.
Being an African American. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially a male. So, and I'm sure you heard it from everybody. But
So-
how do you handle those?
So what I always do is don't even pay attention to naysayers. I think the fact that I was kind of like naive to a lot of stuff as going into the arts, that was like a part of my strength. I didn't know that you couldn't do this as an artist. I didn't know that you couldn't do that as an artist. So I never like had those limitations. So I always wanted to do more, and every time I've traveled, I go see what other artists are doing, and that kind of helps fuel me and thinking like, to do more. So I never really focus on naysayers, and I understand that other people's insecurities are not yours.
Yes.
And you can't
Yes,
allow
that's so
their
amazing.
insecurities to be yours. So you have to focus on your own self, and I think the more you learn about yourself, the more you can like ignore what other people have to say about you. And then just telling yourself like that you're great. I used to wake up every morning and tell myself in the mirror that I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm one of God's greatest creations. So
Yes.
and so in that, it was just about me building confidence in myself, and just trying to like make sure that I knew before anybody else knew about my talent.
That's right. That's amazing. Rewriting a story.
Right.
And that's what I try to tell my children and people around me. Like, you rewrite the story.
Right.
Whatever they said, rewrite it.
Right.
Right. You at liberty to do that.
Right.
I love that. That is so amazing. So now we got to talk about, one, what is your favorite work, like, of all times? Your favorite painting or your favorite show, and then after that, your greatest achievement.
My greatest piece of art. I don't know. You can't. It's kind of hard. It's like, you know, like having your favorite kid.
I know.
You can't have a favorite kid.
I know.
So, you know, I think at different periods of my work, I've had, like, to me, pieces that kind of stand out, but not like something that's just better than the other. Like, I do at times think about, like, I guess grad school. I think I was like just in my zone, and I had work that really spoke to everything that I wanted to do with my work. So I think about that work a lot, but like, I think the About It collection is a really nice collection, but I'm always thinking forward too. So I'm thinking, like, you know, I got some visions in my head to really create some other things that's gonna be more powerful than the last work.
Right.
So you know, I always think about what Andre 3000 said about, like, you know, it's about what have you done lately.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
it.
or Janet Jackson, however you want to put it.
I like
so
yeah.
So I think about it like that. I'm never like really too focused on the past work. I'm always thinking about the future work, because everything that I've done kind of adds up to my next work.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. And I'm telling you, About It is amazing. I know I already said that, but I love everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is so amazing. And even how the collection was put together.
Yeah.
It was really profound.
Right.
So,
and it's real big pieces, and it's some of my biggest work. So it's more of my more ambitious work outside of the murals and stuff that I do.
Right. That's so awesome. Okay, and your greatest achievement?
My greatest achievement, I don't know. I don't think I've achieved my greatest achievement, but as far as some of my achievements, I've one of my early ones was graduating from Ole Miss, the University of Mississippi, getting my master's. I think that was a big thing for me, and it wasn't because of going to the University of Mississippi. It was just more other things that kind of happened after that. I got into one of the biggest residency programs in the country. I got this big, one of the big awards in the country, the Joan Mitchell Award, and you know, it was just so many things kind of came out of that. So that was one of my first big achievements, and then since then I've got into other big residency programs. I've shown all over the country.
All over the country. That is so amazing.
Yeah, so I guess I'm really trying to knock out some other goals that I have, like traveling around the world. I want to have a space. I want to create a space that, you know, our community space, and, you know, so I don't know. As far as achievements, I feel like I never really focus on one. I just try to keep
going.
Yeah.
Get to the So I'm so glad you said that, because, you know, this is a question that just pricks my heart, because I know yours in this conversation, and it's really, really easy for us to go out there and make our money, build our achievements, and do the things that we want to do, but your heart is for our community. So how do you desire to expose our communities to art and the beauty that is, you know, given to your life?
So I have several things that I try to do. Like, one thing is I like painting live. So I do that through social media platforms, so people can see, you know, me working, and they can keep up with what I'm doing. And then another thing that I like that I try to do to expose the community is paint murals in the community. So paint directly on the walls where people can see, you know, people that look like them.
That's right.
And see somebody that look like them making the art, you know.
That is so
not only
awesome.
You know, not only just seeing somebody, but the, you know, just the person themselves.
That's right.
So I think that's a real important thing for people to see somebody that look like them doing it. And then my third thing is something that one of my bigger goals is to eventually create an art space in the area where I can invite other artists from other areas to come that look like us, that also can kind of coach kids through, you know, the whole thing of making art, you know, doing art classes, doing projects, community projects, just doing different things in the community.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. And that is so near and dear to my heart. And that's why I couldn't wait to sit down with you,
right.
because you are being modest today, because the amount of time that you spend in the community, teaching
right.
art for free, loving on children,
right.
Showing them something different. I'm telling you, it has been amazing. Now,
Thank
our
you.
communities appreciate that.
Right, thank you.
Always appreciate that.
Thank you.
So listen, again, thank you so much for being with me today.
Well, thank you for inviting me again. I really appreciate this, being on the platform. So
awesome sauce, guys. So we did art the Vitus way. Thank you so much for being right here with us at Best Life with Melanie.